tune it into your higher self, your conscious awareness of your soul, you are shifting again to a different frequency. Imagine the radio and you're tuning in more now. So the demons are, and the battlefield is where the mind travels back to when there has been a situation that has affected the human in their lifetime. Yeah. Cloaked figure that came in and was quite angry, which is the entanglement of energy of others in your environment. You have invited them in so that you then can detach through the lessons that you learn from them. So it's not enabling the child to learn freely, it's more there's too much of a structure, as in telling the child what they should and they shouldn't be learning. One of the guides here and said to me, it's a bit like when you go to school and you have those lessons, they said, why this was never taught. Why was this never taught? This is the curriculum that you should have as you move forward in your interesting. Why was this never taught? This is a bit like some of you would see as the biology lessons or mathematics or geography. Well, many of you use that in your everyday life. Interesting. So let's begin. We shall explain. There are many questions. We can feel them rumbling around in some of you that cannot wait to ask us the questions. But first we shall begin. So let's do this. And then someone just handed it over to me. Okay, fine, I'll explain. So the information that was given me today, it's a bit like if we look at, thank you, from a soul perspective, our soul journey and why we're here. Thank you. So in the Akashic records, so imagery is like pillars around me, lots of information. So pillars of information that has ancient information, thank you, ancient and wisdom that has been stored within this area, this location. And the information is about the soul journey of the soul. Okay, thank you. And some of you forget why you're here. Some of you forget, thank you, who you are. What is the reason for your presence here on planet Earth at this particular time? And thank you. And some of you forget to connect to your higher self. So thank you. Imagine that you are like a radio and you need to tune in, because otherwise you're picking up on all frequencies from every direction. So, okay, like radios, some of you have heard this before, you are radios tuning into frequencies. On a soul level, your soul remembers all the information each time that you have passed through, each lifetime. Thank you. There's like a scribe that goes through the information. Your life that you have lived, you go through this information. All the data, all the information is stored. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is why you have this blueprint. The blueprints of all your soul information is held. It's there. So every lifetime, as you are, as the avatar of the human being, you come here as an avatar of a human being, the information is held within the information they store within the Akashic records. So every lifetime your soul goes through each stage, every part of your process of who you are, the information is written down, old-fashioned as a scribe. You can imagine now, many of you have watched the series, the Harry Potter series, of the feather tips, the quills. Yes, sometimes it can be written down, thought process. Imagine the feathers, the quills, and no one's writing them as such, they're writing themselves. It's the data of your memory bank, the information that you hold. So it's the memory bank of each of you, of the avatar in each lifetime, that has been recorded, all the processes, all your emotions, all the traumas, everything that you have held on to. And some of you hold on to the information for dear life, as if you do not want to let go. And you still continue to do that in your lifetime as the human being. You hold on to the data. You hold on because then it helps you to imagine who you are, the individual avatar, the human being of your lifetime. Many of you hold on to your childhood and the traumas that you have experienced because it's more uncomfortable to come out of that. So There is information in each of your lifetimes. How can you access this information? You probably are asking. We are aware some of you are asking, we are feeling. Well, you see, the way that you access this information is to tune in more. So the frequency is more connected to that higher self. Your higher self is aware of you. It is the soul consciousness. It's the soul awareness of your journey on the journey that you have lived as the avatar of the human being. So by tuning into your higher self, your conscious awareness of your soul, you're shifting again to a different frequency. Imagine the radio and you're tuning in more. Now, some of you may say you cannot gain access to this. Well, some of you are already on the journey of the psychic awareness, and being tuned into your sixth sense, your natural abilities, your gut feeling. The more that you work within this then is part of the frequency to gain access to your higher soul self. You see, the information is held in this frequency, so it's tuning yourself in more. When you become aware of your energy self, you become more aware of that you are aware when your frequency drops. Many of you at this present day are experiencing changes on your journey. Many of you have been experiencing dilemmas, the trauma, the lifetimes that you have lived. Many of you have been experiencing those emotions, those feelings. And so sometimes this can distract you from your higher self. You see, you live in this busy world that you live in. There is constant sound. This is why we prefer to say to meditate. You see, we are giving Anne a visualization. Can you imagine? Now, this is old vision, maybe 80s, of the yellow Walkman and the orange earphones on her head. Can you imagine a nun or a priest or a Buddhist monk or whatever the religion is? There is vast, we cannot mention this all, but those who would be jamming. How could they then focus on their studies if they were jamming to music? So the idea is they find their peace and their connection through a form of meditation, to be still, to go inward. So you see, you live as avatars, as the human being is in this existence. There is a separation from your soul awareness. You have too much external sounds, and then internally your minds are jumbled. All the emotions, your sensory self, we are aware that sometimes your sensory self becomes overloaded. We are aware on your planet there is such thing as the depression, many more illnesses that affect your physical form. You're not listening to your body. So we are suggesting that you are more mindful of your soul self. This is part of the higher self. This is part of your conscious awareness of who you are. When you start tuning in to what doesn't fit within your feeling, or if you feel uncomfortable, then you know you need to redirect yourself. So with your higher self, if you are connecting already psychically and you are becoming more aware of how you are feeling around other individuals, it then is easy to do the next step, as in connecting more to your higher self. Now, higher self, again, we are going to explain, it's not outside of you, it's all of you. It is that knowledge, it is the ancient wisdom that your soul carries from many lifetimes. Your higher self is more of the soul awareness that has many lifetimes. Many of you will ask, why or would we be interested in the past self traveling through many lifetimes? Because there is still information in those past lives that will give you information about who you are. It's like you are a book. Why would you start in the middle of the book? You need to go to the beginning of the book to see how you started your journey in the first place. So with the past lives and accessing this information, hold on to the lessons to be learned in each lifetime as you move forward. And when we speak of spiritual awakening, this word in this title that has been given, it's more about being aware that you have gone through something to wake you up, to shake you, to say, stop. life is not just about earning the money to pay the bills, and we understand we are non-human, so we would not be paying bills. Of course, we do not need to house ourselves. We are part of a collective of energy. How could you store energy in a block, in a cube? This would be impossible. We are an extension of space. We are an extension of energy, just as your soul was once before. We have all met you once before, but there is this detachment from yourself, your soul self, your soul awareness, and only through having this spiritual awakening, this shaking of you, or something that you have experienced. Normally there is this emotional life experience that has brought you to a halt, that has started making you look at there is more to life. It wakes you up. It says to you that it is time to look at life in a different way. It has not served you, or has served you to some degree. Let's see. So it is for you to have this awareness of yourself. It is to untangle yourself with other energies. We are also aware when we are placed in this space, we are listening, we are tuning into the audience energy, that sometimes some of you are becoming entangled with other people's energies. The entanglement of energy of others in your environment. You have invited them in so that you then can detach through the lessons that you learn from them. Be mindful of the mirrors of reflection of what people are bringing into your life. The experiences that you are experiencing right now, it means there is a lesson, observation of where you're at. Now, we are aware that every human on your planet is experiencing something at this moment because the energy has changed, and we are aware that there has been changes on your planet, and we are best pleased there has been an energy changing. There has been a shift in the gear of the energy, because there are many more of you that have been waking up to the fact that life is, there is more. There is more to your experience. And so many of you are investigating. Many of you are stepping off that track, like train tracks, heading in a direction, maybe the direction that your family have always headed in, or your friendship groups. Many of you will notice the shift because many of your friendship groups have begun to change. Many of you become aware, and many of you become aware that every time that you go through some development, that your energy is shifting, that there may be a tiredness, there may be feeling that you need some time out, time to rest. This is because the tune of you, or frequency, has shifted again. So those who are feeling tired, exhausted, maybe some bodies are feeling tired from the physical side of things, is telling you to take time out, because there is major shifts that are occurring. You see, this is that ripple effect when we speak of before. One person has a change in the family, the rest has a knock-on effect. We can feel the shift in your energy. We are aware many of you have gone through major shifts and heartache, and some are wondering, when is it going to change? When is it going to end so you can move on to the next level? It is like Sonic the Hedgehog. We are showing Anne and the rings because she can hear it now. You're going through different levels and upgrading, many of you. The more you resist or the hold back because it's too painful, it just takes longer, that's all. But imagine when you are changing your energy, you're becoming more connected to those that you bump into in your life, that bring some information up, that you connect to them. You have been brought to each other like magnets, the energy shifting. Many of you are ambassadors to those who are maybe unaware of energies. Now, there are many of you that are visiting different energy shifts in your physical body and may feel out of aligned or out of balance at this particular time. Some of you have gone off course, as in still stuck in your pattern, believing what your mind is telling you. Where many of us are trying to assist you as guardians, as guides, trying to poke and prod you in the direction that will help your soul self. There are many of us here. But because of the life that you live and you lead in your busy world of interaction with others, sometimes everything around you becomes much more noisier. So, for your connection through meditation is a way of you connecting to that frequency of your wise ancient soul self. Now, we are aware how we have been communicating with you, so we are going to be open to questions so that we can bring it back to the relevance of the life that you are living at the present time. Okay. Are there any questions so far in what they have been saying to you or what they have been mentioning to you at this present time? I had a guy just shouting out self-regulating, self-soothing. Thank you. One of my guys just shouted out so that they also know that they are their own superhero. Thank you. And I'm trying to explain to them at the same time as well. A parent will obviously understand when something's dangerous, so they're going to redirect a toddler, a baby, as in the sense of don't touch, that hurts, that burns, or whatever. But they're saying that the child decide what is safe and unsafe. Let the child decide what they need to learn to some degree. Thank you. Not that you place a child in a bubble of total protection. That's interesting. And at the moment, my grandson keeps following around the dog, and the dog is actually stopping him sometimes from going into danger. They're sort of showing me that the dog is almost direct and sort of don't touch this, don't do that. So thank you. It's that finding their balance. Okay, thank you. They're saying to me the dog learns from its gut instinct. The dog learns from its gut instinct. Okay, thank you, got it. But adults tell a child whether it's right or wrong. Thank you. They said it gets confusing when the child is still seeing its guardian or its guide, the invisible friends. And when the adult says there's no such thing or don't believe them or they cannot see it, the child then doubts themselves. So already, thank you, they said that already they are creating confusion for the child because the child sees their invisible friend. The child is aware that there are guides around them, but yet the adult says they cannot see them because the adults are the disbelievers. Whereas animals tune into their gut feelings. We need to learn about the gut feelings again, they said. Thank you. Thank you. And they're saying that not every child will have the same ability when we're at school. The children have different abilities in the sense of some children will learn in different ways. Thank you. But they're saying, but the structure of trying to change how that individual child will learn, as in, thank you, left, right handed, that is affecting the children already from a very early age. It's like we are correcting them, whereas automatically it might be easier for them to pick up a pen, a pencil from left hand instead of right hand, or vice versa. There's too many, thank you, they're typing out the word corrections on my keyboard. There's too many corrections. So it's not enabling the child to learn freely. It's more, there's too much of a structure, as in telling the child what they should and they shouldn't be learning. And when an adult, thank you, doesn't quite understand a child, it's almost like saying the child is incorrect or the child is wrong. Whereas it's not the child, it's the adult, thank you, that cannot see or is unaware of that process. Thank you. Thank you. It's like they also sort of show me there's, thank you, there's this sense that, okay, thank you, knowing that the child chooses its family to be born into to learn the lessons, some emotional lessons. But they're also saying to me that in the dream state, as a child is formulating, and they're giving me as in pregnancy, there is information already being processed or sent through. Thank you. They said the umbilical cord, as into the human, as in the nutrients and the physical side of things, but there's also the, thank you, like a cord being connected energetically, a silver cord to connect to source. They're also having information coming in. So some children will come in knowing what they want to do or the direction they want to head in, or they come in with a personality, but it's like it's being corrected by the adults around them. So thank you. They said it's more about the adults have to learn how to adapt to the child rather than the child adapting to the adults. That's what they're saying to me. So the education, in the sense of the curriculum in the schools, thank you. Okay, that's interesting. And what they're also showing me is that they don't understand why we stick children in schools. They're talking about communities bringing up children rather than putting them into big boxes and just following from year to year to year to term to term to term and the next school. So, and thank you. And they said the ability, like teaching children, they have to have certain qualifications to achieve what they want to achieve. They said they don't quite understand that either. That's setting children up to fail because of the children that then cannot reach that target. It's as if, thank you, they showed me like a rubbish heap of humans being placed on there, sort of like they're chucking a human and to say, well, okay, if you don't reach that grade, does that mean you go over there? So already it's setting up humans and children to fail. Those who thinking are creative, those who are not academic, and they're saying it's not that they're not academic, but it's that there will be some children, yes, that can reach certain targets, as in their learning skills. There might be audio, kinesthetic, whatever, but there will be other children that can't reach that. So it's like, again, you're thinking, they said you're separating children from each other, you're comparing children to each other, and again, that's when you do that to your society already from an early age, you're already creating separation. Whereas they're showing me as in bringing everyone together, sort of to talk, to teach, to learn. So like a community, they're sort of showing me. Thank you. They just said like they let the village teach the children rather than put them into boxes or streamline them into grades. Already that creates separation. So it's more about teaching the children to tune in to their own natural abilities, their own natural superpowers, so the child becomes aware of their own superhero. I think they just said there are many in this audience that have felt in their own childhood, maybe they are the black sheep of the family, or they are different from other children. Maybe they are the observers, whereas it was easier to stand on the outside and to watch others rather than join in. Again, that meant nothing to them, not having an understanding. Thank you. And then now they're just showing me it's a bit, I don't know why they're going back to the 70s and 80s, maybe because that's my childhood. They said they're spelling out my keyboard, Starsky and Hutch. That is old. And they said rather than showing children these TV programs, then they learn the role playing of the programs and think that's what life should be like, as in fighting or defending themselves. They're thinking, thinking. They said children can learn from climbing a tree that if you climb in a certain direction, you're going to fall off, you hurt yourself. When you fall over, they learn to pick themselves up. There is a, thank you, a guide that stepped in and said there is a frequency in nature that is similar to the frequency to your higher self. So when you're in nature, that frequency is similar to your higher self. So with children, to take them out in nature, okay, thank you. They said there is a difference from the children that have learned in different periods of times and going back. And they said the children that are now who are learning are more electronical, they said. So they're hearing more noise, they're hearing more sound. So it creates a disconnection from nature. So the more there is a disconnection from nature, we are then creating a different breed of child as they move forward in the future. Thank you. They are showing me a different way. Because I just then said, but as we move forward, okay, let's have a little look. They're talking about, they just said about AI. And they're also just showing me Okay, so they're saying to me that children who learn to connect their psychic self, those children who are going to learn to do that, who work with more with their intuition, connect more with the universal source, that they are more connected to source, which is more connected to the higher self. And they said it's like what we would say AI. AI is like the universe. So the more that you connect to nature, the more you learn about your intuition, the more you learn about your own psychic abilities. If you learn more about being telepathic, which is very much about the psychic self, knowing that when someone wants to connect to you, they're thinking of you, you are picking up on their energy frequency. That is your natural state of higher self. So it should be, they said, in teaching children how to tune in to their energy stream, so then they can navigate themselves. They raise their frequencies that way. That's what they're showing me. That's how it should be done. But we've disconnected, they said, and that's where there's more issues today. They also have just said, thank you, that the children who feel oversensitive with all the electrical sounds and devices, these children, it's about teaching them how to tune in to more of their environment in the sound, in the sense of the quietness, because the quietness is where they will hear their answers, and the quietness they mean is like meditation, to quieten their minds, and then they can move through that. Okay, thank you. They said there is a numbness on your planet at this moment, numbness through drugs, through alcohol. That is a numbness seen as a self-defense mechanism, in the sense of it feels uncomfortable sometimes to tune into depression or the problems that you have, but you are connecting or creating, thank you, you're creating a disconnection from your soul self to your higher self. Children should be taught about higher self to connect this, so that then they can move in that direction. Okay. Also, are making me aware of something, and I can't prove this. They're talking about by being tuning into psychicness, your natural abilities opens up more, your brain expands in a different way. We know energetically, but they're also saying the brain formulates it. I don't have any proof for this, so someone has to do the research. They're showing me that the brain, they said, like the hippocampus. Okay, there must be some science proof somewhere that when you meditate, that your brain grows in a different way. The energy frequencies are different from your brain. When you are connecting or disconnecting, as in looking at connecting to electronical devices, they're implying the brain almost like begins to shrink. So they're sort of saying that we will learn it in a different way. So there must be some evidence out there somewhere about brain waves, brain patterns, meditation, using your psychic abilities, your brain will expand in a different way. So this is what they're saying about children should be taught this, so that they can then connect to source, so that they can be guided into the direction they need to go to. So telepathically being able to communicate with each other more efficiently, whereas today the devices they are being given, they are disconnecting. As we speak of depression and we speak of demons, those are the individual characters, in a sense. If you imagine, like in a movie, that you are the superhero, they are the characters in a movie that maybe feel out of sync from yourself. In a sense, they do not feel like yourself. We shall explain. We are aware of many of your minds when you have gone through a situation that has unfolded in your life. So there is the memories that are stored from experiences, past experiences, many experiences. There are those of you who sometimes get stuck inside your childhood. There are those memories, those experiences, those horrors, the fear. There was a client that Anne had today who was fearful of a experience, and this individual was in their 60s, and she explained, as in the child Remember when you were a child that you were fearful of looking under the bed. For many years, you felt there was a monster that was under the bed because you couldn't see it. You were fearful of what might be, and your own mind controlled and took over. And it was only now through today, through the experience, that Anne helped this individual to see that she could shine the light under the bed and understand it was more of the fear that was holding her stuck rather than what was under the bed, which there was no monster. It was the fear in of what if, and many of you are fearful of the what if, or losing part of yourself, or losing something of something. These are the fears. The battleground that we speak of is the battleground of the emotions, the experiences. There have been many. We will use examples in a sense of, say, if somebody experienced child abuse, of course, it is for the adult afterwards to go through to process this, or the child to some degree, depending on the help they can have assistance with. The memory constantly plays over, and it's like if they haven't addressed this as a child through this terrible experience, those are the demons of those who step forward to do this to others. There are many on your planet that create crime against one another. These are the demons as such, as they are of a different frequency energy. We're aware of those who do not feel into the feelings or the emotions to those that they are affecting. They will be addressed. We are aware that you have a darker energy on your planet. And again, that frequency will be addressed as they move on through and pass into the other realm. So the demons are, and the battlefield is where the mind travels back to when there has been a situation that has affected the human in their lifetime, that their mind may constantly replay that issue, that experience. That is the battlefield for that individual person. Maybe it's a fear of losing someone or feeling lost in the world. This is then again their battlefield. It may be that they are in a toxic family, and again the battlefield is the interaction of relationships within their family. Again, each of their family members and their battle with each of them has been brought into their soul journey, is an experience which they can learn and grow from, but it is to know that they can move through that issue. Something happened then, I'm not too sure, but they felt very angry. A different energy stepped in totally, that came in then. Yeah, cloaked figure that came in and was quite angry. And again, when we were talking about those who commit crimes against humanity, so it was a different entity that totally stepped in. I don't know if I even answered your question, but they seemed very angry at the sense, not you asking the question, but what they also had witnessed on the planet right now, what was happening to humanity, and also what has happened to individuals. So it feels as if there's I haven't experienced that as yet before, but they feel as if they have come in. It's a cloaked individuals. They feel wise, ancient souls. It's funny because they remind me of like not monks, but something similar to that. An ancient wise soul that's stepping forward, that feels as if they deal with those individuals that commit crime against others. Again, I haven't witnessed that before, but they came straight in, and it was like a force. I'm being told angels, but I've not felt that frequency before. So not the angelic energy that I've received before. It was normally very high frequency, but this felt as if they came in a crowd of them that came forward very quickly. And it's darkened, as in cloaks that they're wearing. I have got dark brown, but there was like a like a fog or something that came in with them. I've not experienced it ever before. It's interesting, as you were talking, I saw them storming around on horses, and I was like, what the hell is going on? So I've got horses in the background. I've got them riding horses. I mean, come on. But this is what they're showing me, and there's a black fog around them. So I've never had them come in before, but it's like they're coming in to sort of say that they they find the balance, and they are talking about those who commit crime against others. So they also must be, I have to say, I feel they've been called upon the planet at this time. So again, a different frequency, but it feels as if they have been called upon the planet this time to assist, and they're there. Okay. Okay, thank you. And I have just been told, it's not that you watch your energy. It's not that you summon them to then do battle against somebody who's done something to you. That's not for us to do that, because then we go down that same energy frequency. Is just to know that has been addressed. It's been addressed on the planet at this time. That energy has come in, but that energy is not for us to then tune in and say we want to commit crime against somebody. Let that just take its own course, they just said, but it's been taking course and action. That's interesting. It's different vibe altogether. So the overall feeling I feel is that battlegrounds is literally what's going on in our mind. So we separate ourselves in a sense that the depression is seen as a battlefield. So when we're going through depression or feeling quite low in ourselves or confused, that's what they represent as a battlefield internally within us. So that's the battlefield. And the battle that we have are with experiences that we have experienced previously. So if, for instance, if we've gone through experience of some sort of trauma or some sort of toxic relationship or something, that is seen as the battle. So, and they also made me aware that when we are experiencing those parts of that's happening to us in our life, is to actually make us aware that we are stronger than that it's been brought up, it's been shown to us. It's not as in a punishment, but it's more as in we are facing it head on to deal with it. That's what they're saying to me. So we have to look at what's coming up. Why is this coming up for me right now? And look at dealing it from that point of view. The other thing they just said to me, they were saying to me about children. So we have another guide that was coming in, that children, when they are intuitive, working with their psychic side, they can become very telepathic. And also they know there's no separation. So when they get to that level and there's that energy space, that frequency, that when loved ones pass over on the other side, they start to realize they're not separate. So they're saying about if there's extended members of family that have passed over, or parents or grandparents that pass over, that with a child, when they're really in tuned, when they're in tuned with that part of themselves, when they're psychic and allowed to use that side, they also have access to grandparents that have also passed over too. So it's almost like ancestors come in to teach them. So ancestors that have passed over, who have died, can come in and to teach the younger children. That would make sense. Okay, so it's about allowing that to be open and exposed, and for young children to be aware of that ability. Someone just said, by the children becoming separate, going into the schooling that you have, then they are unaware that they can connect to their ancestors, that they can also ask the questions because their ancestors have already gained the experience and the knowledge. There's a separateness. Okay. All right, we're going to do a meditation, a short meditation. I shall try to record this so that then it can go into the group. If not, it will be edited and go onto YouTube, a very short one. And it will be in the like-minded group if you need it. So that was really interesting what they just did. Okay. So as we've done many times before with the meditation, it's just about being in your space right now. It's just about you tuning into your own physical body. It's about you tuning into your physical space around you. It's finding your own balance. It's like that energy hygiene of yourself, which is really important, that you find that energy hygiene from time to time. You check in with yourself, you do that meditation, you check and see how your energy is feeling, and then you connect to your higher self and you connect to source energy, which is all around each and every one of us. So when you're ready to begin this process now, we're just closing our eyes. So when you're ready, closing your eyes and just being mindful of your breath. Just allowing yourself this time and space. Just allowing yourself to connect to source. Being aware of your breath as you allow your breath to come in through your nasal passages and drop the breath down through the back of your throat, all the way down through your body. And naturally breathing in for yourself, allowing yourself to disconnect from any memories or minds or anything that's going on this mind time for yourself. Being present in the moment of your breath, bringing it in again through your body, bringing it in, allowing your pores to open up on your skin, breathing it in through all the sensory systems through your physical body, bringing in the breath and then dropping it down through your physical body. You do this at your own time and your own pace. As you know your physical body, you have been present in your physical body for many years. At your own pace of your own breath. Every time you breathe in, you're breathing in the energy, the area, environment around you, bringing it in, absorbing it through your skin, dropping it into your physical body and allowing yourself to begin to anchor. So as you bring in that breath, whenever you're ready, you drop it into your physical body and it begins to gather pace. It begins to strengthen that core part of you, creating that core, that like a pole running through you, like that trunk of a tree, that solid tree. You're beginning to connect. So be mindful of your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. And be mindful of any resistance. Be mindful if you're feeling that your mind is drifting off. You're physically bringing your breath back into your body, allowing yourself to connect to your core self, allowing that breath to come down into your core of your body, pushing it down all the way through. Allow it to sit within the pelvis, finding your balance, masculine and feminine energy inside of you, feeling into that balance of that energy. And then you're drawing it in down, all the way down to the base of the spine. Allow it to sit there, feeling it in the bottom region of your bottom of your body. Just feel that energy, whether it's a colour or a mist or a fog or whatever it is you might want to sense or feel, feeling the presence of your bottom. And then whenever you're ready, you're naturally always breathing in and out. As you breathe in and you breathe out, you're pushing down the energy even more, down through your legs, allowing yourself to begin to connect, pushing it down through the knees, pushing it down to the soles of the feet, allowing yourself to connect. Visualizing, imagining like a tree, feeling that tree trunk throughout your body, feeling stronger. Feeling that as that energy goes down through the legs, you begin to connect through the soles of your feet, imagining like the roots of a tree. And every time that you breathe in and you breathe out, you're breathing like the tree. You're breathing, you're sending down energy down through the soles of your feet, you're connecting like the roots for a tree. You're pushing down, you're really grounding yourself all the way down. You're connecting to the earth's energy, the earth's crust. You're asking to connect. You're allowing yourself to plug into the energy of the earth, just like the plug, the socket that pushes into the electrical socket. Feel all that electricity running through your body, as if when you breathe in that you're drawing up the energy through the core crust, all the way up through the root system. You're nourishing your soul self. It's like as if it's a tingling sensation or a warming sensation or a rising up of the energy, rising up through the roots, coming up through the legs, whether you're visualizing that energy of color coming up and allowing the energy to sit at the base of the spine now, feeling into the energy center, that red energy as you feel into that base of who you are, your life story of who you are. that childhood, everything that you have gone through, feeling at the base of your spine. And as you breathe in, you take your next in breath, you draw up the energy as it comes up through your core self, and allowing the energy to sit within the pelvis, activating your energy, who you are. And in yourself, internally within your mind, I am, and say your name. The presence of who you are rejoicing at who you are. You say your name internally within your head, feeling that balance, the masculine, feminine energy. And as you rise up now with your energy, on the next in-breath, you draw it up to the solar plexus, stomach region, really getting that into that gut feelings, the gut intuition, your gut instinct, really tuning in now, really feeling that as you're connecting to your body, allowing the energy within your gut region to open and expand fully. Be mindful of where your stomach feels your feelings, how you tune into your food, your environment, your friendship groups, your colleagues, your work. Feel it in the energy center. And as you're there in the energy now, when you take your next in-breath, as you breathe up the energy now, breathe out through the heart center. You've pushed it up and you're breathing out through the heart center. You're connecting. You're allowing yourself to connect to the energy fields around you. Your higher self is beginning to connect. You're becoming aware. You're activating all the energy around you. You're connecting to source. From the heart center, you are becoming more aware of the heart compass that leads you, that directs you. As you're feeling into that energy, as you're breathing in and breathing out, it's almost as if the compass is moving. You can feel that it's navigating you, it's redirecting you. But the more that you learn to tune in, to use your psychic awareness, your gut feelings, your sixth sense, that you are connecting more. As if you are standing there with your compass in your hand almost and directing you, your soul journey, learning how and when the next step of your journey is, knowing who you are, your life purpose, your mission. You're connecting to that higher self. And as you take your next in-breath in, you draw back in that in-breath through the heart center. You allow yourself to bring up to the throat center. You push out through the throat center, allowing it to open and to feel the entanglement, that your voice is now expansive, that you're allowing yourself to speak your truth while you are present on this earth, that you're allowing yourself to connect to source energy, the divine source energy, that your voice may have not been heard many lifetimes before, or the family you've been born into, but now you are reactivating this energy center. And as you're gently in your breath, be mindful that you are connected. The next in-breath, you draw in through the throat, bring it in. You bring it into the jawline, and like the lion on the out-breath, you roar out. You allow your breath to come out. Out through the jaw. You're freeing your jawline. As you are aware of your energy, you're being mindful that your body, you're becoming more in tune with your physical self and the energy layers of your soul self. And again, on the next in-breath, as you draw in your breath through your throat, come in, bring it in. Push into your ears and push out through your ears the breath. You are allowing the cobwebs to leave your ears. You're allowing yourself to hear so much more clearly. You're connecting to divine source. You are able to hear your ancestors. You're able to hear clearly your guides who are directing you. You're enabling yourself to connect to your highest self so that you can tune in and hear the guidance that you need to hear. And whenever you're ready with that next in-breath, as you bring in the breath, you push up and out and send it out through the third eye, forehead, so that you begin to see so much clearly your destiny, your connection to source, that it becomes a lot clearer, the fog clearing, as you see through the third eye, the front of the head and behind. You wish to see much more. You wish to have your guidance. And as you're becoming more aware of your physical form, that you are now aligning your energy, that you're finding your balance, the masculine, the feminine, the right to the left, that you're tuning more than ever before. And as you become aware on the next in-breath, as you draw in the in-breath, you push up and out through the top of your head. Your crown chakra is beginning to open. And as you do this expansion of energy, Like the satellite dish, it's tuning in, it's redirecting you, it's aiding you to find your direction. Like the spider web of energy around you that you are sending out, you are connecting to divine source. Divine source is the only way that you are guided, that you're connecting, that you're asking for guidance from your guides, from your own source. Your own source is your energy. The rhythm and the frequency of who you are is connecting you to your guides. Your guides step closer to guide you, whether it's angelic angels or your loved ones, whoever you resonate with, whether it's God or a higher source, allow it to come in, feeling the vibration within your physical self, feeling the energy of the vibration around you, whether it's a tingling sensation, a warmth or a chill, or those feeling closer to you in spirit. Maybe a tingling sensation or feeling an itchiness, or feeling that you feel that there's an itch or your hair moving or something on your face. Be mindful as you allow them in. You're setting the intention you wish to connect to source, to have your own individual guidance direct from the divine source. So asking for that presence, asking for that download of information, that software of information that's stepping forward at this time. May you be guided. May you be guided by your guides. May you be guided by those gut feelings that you have. You're asking for their presence. Through however hard life may feel at times, however lost that you may feel, the divine source is the lighthouse, offers you guidance, connects to you, offers you information. It is your direct link, your direct telephone line. It is directly for them. So in your minds now, ask those questions that you wish for guidance from your guides, from the divine source. Ask that you may connect to your higher self much more clearly, so that you see your channels to connection a lot easier than ever before. Asking for your data update now, your software update, that you may receive it. Whether it's a frequency of white light that gently flows through your physical body, feeling how you are feeling that frequency, that update, that the energy of information that your cells are receiving. May you feel the energy as it rises and moves through your bloodstream, through all your cells, reprogramming your cells so that your cells are feeling that vibration, the energy of white light moving through your blood, through your veins, through your muscles, through your bones, feeling that density, that high frequency. And as you are there, feeling that connection as one, knowing that you are as one, knowing that your mind is only your obstacle to move through, knowing that your mind will receive the answers when you connect to source, knowing that you have all the information that you need to receive. And as you're in that space connected as one, allow us to send our healing love out into the planet. Allow us to be there to connect to source energy, so that then we can amplify the love out into the world through our heart center, that we are helping those who are in trouble at this time, that we connect with humanity, that we are sending out a prayer to the world, those who need any assistance at this time, that we're there with each an individual, that you are in receivership right now of unconditional love that is being transmitted through yourselves as you are connected to the divine source, that you are now transmitting energy frequency of healing and love and light to others. As you are connected, there is a circuitry of energy moving through you. Every time that you breathe in, you are receiving love and light, this unconditional love. Every time you breathe out, you are transmitting out unconditional love. You are the beacons of hope on this planet at this particular time. As you're there with your breath, feeling this energy of love and light. Be present in yourself at this moment. Feeling, almost imagining a light of energy that's being transmitted externally outside of yourself. Through your pores, through your heart, that you are extending out to the children in need, to the elderly, to the vulnerable, to those who need the support, those who are passing through, those who may be there on their deathbed that fear the ending, that they may have the offering of guidance from their guides and loved ones. That as you help those who are injured, who are hurt, that you offer this guidance, the light that shines through you at this time. You are the light, each and every one of you. Those who are connected to Source are part of the light that you are transmitting out into the universe, lifting the frequency of energy. You are the superheroes at this time. As you're aware of your breath, being aware of you are also receiving healing and light and love. Gently, as we bring you back into this space, your guides gently begin to step back. You will receive the information you need to receive at this time. As you're aware of your energy, on the in-breath, as you breathe in, you begin to bring down the white light through the top of your head, coming down through the physical body. As you begin to become aware of the light as it moves down into your heart center, closing up your head, your crown, your ear chakras, your throat chakras, and just leave that residing within your heart. You're bringing in that light of energy. As you're with your breath, you drop your breath down through the heart center, down into the solar plexus, your gut region, and bringing it down now further through the trunk of your body, allowing yourself naturally to breathe in and breathe out. Sending energy down into the core matter of the earth to help to heal the earth. Down through your physical body, sending down into the roots through the soles of your feet. Finding your balance, anchoring the soles of your feet just like a ship anchor, feeling that energy of balance, your left and right. And as you're aware of your breath, from the count of 3, I'll bring you back into this space. 1, draw in your breath, come in to your body, drop in any remaining breath down through the core. Good. 2, again, when you're ready, take your in-breath in, draw in the energy of your breath, breathe it out naturally for yourself. Begin to be mindful of where you are sitting, wiggling your fingers and toes, and on the count of 3, come back, take that breath in, into your physical body, breathe out, and when you're ready, opening your eyes, come back, wherever you've been, come back.